Welcome to Film and Fire. I'm Matt and I'm going to teach you everything I can about lamp working. Thanks for coming by to check out the new channel. Today I'm going to be making some hollow Frit pendants while I introduce myself. I have a didymium filter on this Canon so you guys can see what I see. A big shout out to my friend Mary who gave me this Canon that I'm filming with, because she's awesome and I have the best friends ever. When I do tutorials, I'll bounce back and forth from a head-mounted GoPro so you guys can get the full effect as to what's happening in the studio. These videos are played back double time. The plan is to release a new video every 7 to 10 days. I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks, demos, in-depth tutorials, and interviews with other local glass artists. I'll also be answering your questions, so if you have any, comment below. I've got some giveaways planned, and I'll even show you how to set up your own home studio. This is my Film and Fire YouTube channel, but I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and this is my website. So I'm 35 years old. In 2007, I took up an interest in photography. I never took a class or attended a seminar. I just bought a point-and-shoot Kodak camera and I went out to one of my local wildlife refuges in Rhode Island. The photos I got that day were not amazing whatsoever, but I was hooked. That's all I wanted to do. So I started taking pictures every chance I could. I started grinding hard over the next 5 years. Lots of photos. At first it was all I could do to give away my photos. But before long I was selling individual photos for upwards of $2,000 each. I was hosting paid photo walks, one-on-one photo sessions. I was touring New England teaching low-light photography workshops to camera clubs. I remember hosting a White Mountain expedition in New Hampshire one summer. I had people come out from all over New England, the Carolinas, Wisconsin, the United Kingdom. It was great. It was an exciting time overall in my life, and I greatly appreciate everyone who enjoyed and still enjoys my photos. But as exciting as it was not fulfilling for me. I don't know if you believe in God, but I do. For me, landscape photography was like noticing someone else's hard work and capturing the moment and then having people tell me how great of an artist I was. And yeah, it takes some time and effort to get to the right places at the right time of day, have an eye for the right kind of light. And you have to process all your photos, so that does take work. But it still didn't feel for me like I was actually creating, genuinely. Those beautiful scenes would have been there with me or without me. The effort on my end didn't justify the praise I was receiving for my work. Sort of a false sense of accomplishment, I guess. That's not to knock anybody who's out there rocking it with their photography. I still love landscape photography to this day, and there are some really amazing artists in that field. I just needed a change. So getting started in glasswork for me was a lot like getting started in photography. It was something that I had always admired, and I always wished that I knew how to do it. I think if you're honest with yourself, there comes a point in life where you get tired of wishing. So last summer I took a starter class for glass. It lasted about an hour, and that was my first time ever on a torch, and I had a blast. I made some pretty horrible looking pendants, if I remember correctly, but it was enough to get me hungry to really want to try this out. My web business had a good year last year. I'm a web developer when I'm not doing this. So I was able to put together this home studio. The glass industry is an interesting industry, to say the least. Information is there, but it's kind of spread out and hard to find. You really have to dig when you're getting started. On this channel, I'll take you through the basics from your first time ever on a torch to how glass flows, different terminology in the industry, where to source your supplies, just about anything you'll want to know before you hit your studio for the first time, or before you build your own studio. I'm fortunate enough to have a local glass shop in town that I can rent studio space from. But I built this home studio instead because I'm an introvert all the way, and I learn best in my space at my pace. Maybe some of you can relate. Anyway, that's about all that's relevant about my personal life. Let's get back to the glass. So at this point, I have made a hollow pendant from hollow tube, and I'm heating the back to kind of shape out, round out the back of it. This video is more of a demo. I'll get into step-by-step processes in future videos. Let me know what you'd like to learn how to make in the comments below, and I'll do my best to put together something for you. So now we're gonna put some slime drops hanging off the bottom of this pendant. Take our 5-in-1 putty tool, shape out that line a bit. Kind of want to round out the corners on that. So glass is very interesting, the way it moves. It's obviously a solid, but once you heat it up it becomes molten and it moves like a liquid. Not like water, but it's affected by gravity, so the way you hold your hands has a lot to do with what the glass is going to do. So now that we have our bottom line of slime on, we're going to make our first drop. So we add some color hanging off the bottom, and now we're gonna heat up the end and make a gather so it falls back onto itself, and when I'm done it'll look like a droplet. When you're watching other artists make things with glass, it's good to not try to copy them directly. It's one of those crafts where it's good just to take a little piece here and a little piece there from different artists and you make it your own. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe and sign up for notifications so you don't miss my next video. If you have any requests for future videos, please comment below, and we will see you next week.